Autumn is one of my favorite seasons of the year. The burst of colors throughout the city make me so ecstatic as a photographer. Whether it's maple trees or larches, I literally wish I could spend the entire month just photographing as much of fall colors as possible. Since it's nearing the end of fall and soon the dreary November will be upon us, I decided to go out and film the locations that I enjoy visiting during the fall to capture the extraordinary beauty in the ordinary. This is my love letter to fall. These include streets that I walk along on the North Shore and Ambleside Beach, which has an amazing view of Stanley Park, and also a secret spot that has several stunning Japanese maple trees that are my all-time favorite to photograph during autumn. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to hit that like button and click the bell for notifications on more videos that I release. Until next time. Hi everyone, so as you can see, I am kind of in an unusual spot underneath a beautiful Japanese maple tree. This tree is located in one of my absolute favorite parks, and I guess it's more of a garden on the North Shore. And I come here, I think this is my third year that I've come here for October during the fall. And the reason being is that this particular garden has 4 Japanese maple trees that are really matured. They've got lots and lots of color, and my favorite part is that it's really small and they're compact in a small space, so I can jump around to go from one tree to another and get as many different compositions and shots that I like. So the reason I chose to come here today is because I want to share with you guys one of my absolute favorite things about the Japanese maple tree. Why it captures everything about fall for me. First, it's the simplicity. It looks so average and just a little shrub, like a little tiny tree on the outside. But when you actually get closer and you notice the texture of the leaves, the beautiful delicateness, the dark color of the bark, especially with the rain or overcast days, or if you look at the patterns and the textures that are in the bark, you start to appreciate how wonderful and beautiful this tree is and how it offers so much, especially when it comes to things about fall, when the seasons change and the colors enhance. And I think that another thing that's really great about this tree is that it is a very brief time. Sorry, a leaf just fell. It's so beautiful. Yeah, and so like for me, it offers so much in composition for photos. It offers this is its own beautiful little world underneath here. So once I want to come and check out anything in the peak time for fall, these guys are much like the cherry blossoms. It's brief. It's very short. It's a fleeting time. So I have to find the perfect time to come here to capture the leaves and their color and make sure that there's still enough of the leaves and foliage left on the tree, because the wind is during October, November, it can be really harsh. So there is a certain specific time I have to pick, and every time I come here, I'm so happy. So these Japanese maple trees are located all throughout the city. Vancouver is really well known for the cherry blossoms, and it's the same thing with the Japanese maple trees. They're located everywhere along apartment buildings, whether it's in gardens like this one or throughout different, like Burnaby Mountain, I know has a bunch of them. So it's more of a, you have to keep an eye out. You have to, once you see one, you'll notice a lot more of them, and they come in a variety of sizes based on the age. But in terms of height, they are quite short, and for me, this one is particularly special because it's quite grown. Its maturity is, again, like I've mentioned, it's got a lot of color and age, and the branches have grown into these beautiful weaves of patterns, and yeah, it just offers so much for me. And every time I come here, I feel like getting a better and better shot. And it doesn't really, I could be here for hours and I could take multiple hundreds of pictures and still not be satisfied, because apart from just the wide shot with your wide lens, I could also do macro stuff, and I could also do stuff that's more about texture and color, and I love it because it offers so much. For such a single little tree, it has so much that it can offer. So this is definitely the epitome for me for fall, and that's why I wanted to include this in the video, because maybe the simplicity of it is what I love, and I wanted to share that with you guys so that you can also appreciate it, because it's wonderful. It's one of those things that you really enjoy once you notice it. I love the fact that on the outside it looks like a big, average tree, beautiful color, but average tree. But it's what's behind the leaves. It's actually gorgeous. You see these gnarly branches weaving with age, and they've got texture. I just find that so fascinating for compositions, for different types of shots, and the simplicity of it is actually really nice, because you enjoy looking at it from different angles, and it's always offering way more. And yeah, every time I come, I have to find the peak time, because I only think there's 1 week that it has its complete color that transforms and changes, and then the wind and the rain kind of, draws it down, and then the leaves start falling, and it's really a short period of time that I can enjoy the colors and enjoy the leaves in the full bloom. And so for me, when I come here, I make sure that I do a focus stacking shot, and I make sure that I get the right time of the day. For me, it's usually midday, because the sun is but the light is a little bit brighter, so that you get more colors in the leaves, and it's a bit darker underneath the tree. But when I'm going around, I try to move my camera from one angle to another, go higher, go lower. Of course, you have to use a wide lens, and yeah, you have to be creative, and being crouching a lot. Like I'm sitting like this right now, because it's a big tree compared to a lot of other Japanese maples, but it's still quite short in terms of its size and height. So because of that height, because of the size, you have to be really able to crouch down and squat for quite a long time. So do your stretches,